Teacher Guide or the ProGuide exists in three formats. The physical binders here with these little blue booklets for each unit. The digital copy that teachers can download from the Software Center. It includes student textbook pages that teachers can project on their smartboard, also the notes from the ProGuide, a bunch of line masters, including extra practice handouts, sample assessments, black line masters. And the third format is for our combined grades teacher. Inside the Combined Grades Resources tab on One Stop, when you click into a particular grade and a particular big idea, you see here the teacher guide for, in this example, grade 3 and 4. So these are already pulled pages from these blue ProGuide booklets that line up according to the progression of this particular big idea, place value of whole numbers, within that combined grade resource. So this is a PDF of already sorted pages from the appropriate booklets for this particular big idea. The first booklet you'll see in the physical ProGuide, or the first section you'll see on the digital ProGuide, will be this planning and assessment support section. This provides an overview of how to approach your math teaching and your whole year planning, and also some general program masters like 100 charts or grid paper, whatever else you might need for the whole year. When you take a look at the individual unit in the ProGuide, there is some important front matter for you to look at to help you organize. So an initial investigation, some observation checklists potentially, and then some mathematical background. How are these concepts going to be developed? How are we going to cluster this, and how is this going to continue on to the next unit? What knowledge are they coming to this grade with, and where is that going to take them in the future grade? Some additional activities you can use, and then some planning pieces. So planning for instruction. Here you can see there are even some time frames for each lesson, the materials you might need, and what blackline masters you might need, and then some tools for assessment. Again, this is available in the physical booklet, but also in the digital ProGuide as well, including there's a prep talk video here where a teacher gives you an overview and a structure for that entire unit. Whether it's the physical copy or the digital app, this is the material that's included in each individual unit. So starting with that planning material, by the way, the additional activities section is a great place to find some interactive games or tasks for small group instruction or math centers. Then after the planning items, we have each individual lesson, potentially some games, mid-unit reviews, practice tests, some unit problems, etc. When you dive into an individual lesson, the ProGuide includes several teacher moves you can consider. Some moves before, after, and explore, during and explore. You can see the textbook pages here plus solutions. And then at the end, you have the assessment for learning section. So what you might look for in your students, and then also what to do if you don't see that learning. All of these pieces are available in the paper booklet, but also on the digital ProGuide with some extra bonuses on that digital ProGuide. So let's take a look at the grade 7 digital ProGuide now, and I'll just go through a little bit of the navigation for that. Okay, so here we are in the grade 7 booklet. Let's click the table of contents. Again, you can see all the units are there, and let's dive into one lesson here. So you can see the textbook pages here, and then the tabs on the side are those little pieces of that blue ProGuide. So your lesson organizer, how to reach all learners, common misconceptions or extensions for this lesson, and then the before pieces, including even what questions you might ask the students, like a little script to guide the students through the explore section. So before, during, and after, how you might connect the explore with the connect piece in the textbook. In addition, if you click here left or right, it'll blow up the textbook so that you can display this on your smartboard. For example, if your students are doing the explore, you can display this piece on the smartboard and guide your students through that. Then we have the practice questions in the textbook, and when you click the responses, you can see the answers right in line with the questions there. Or if you click solutions, you can get the answers not mixed up into the questions. And finally, at the end, when you have the assessment piece, you have that same assessment piece that you would have in that blue booklet. In addition, you also have some line masters. So you have your program masters and then a variety of additional activities, step-by-step pages, extra practice handouts, and so on for each unit. These will link to a Word document. And then you have some media, prep talk videos. So the prep talk pieces are learning for the teachers, for example, how to add integers on a number line or subtract integers with tiles. The classroom videos, so these are lessons for students modeling, let's say using algebra tiles. And then the see it videos, so if you were going to play a game and you wanted to explain a little bit of the rules of the game, you could show that to your students. Okay, so that was an overview of your ProGuide resources.